Every year came and every school year started, he got more aggressive. He'd flip that desk, pick that chair up and throw it. He's famous even now for going in the hallway, ripping the art pictures that you do in class. They hang them up on the wall outside your classroom. He's famous for doing that. He started that in first grade and he's still doing it now.
I'm going to beat up this camera. Don't do that.
Marcel, come play with us.
You're going to mess up the screen. I'm going to.
He wrote a letter about how he was going to kill a boy. First grader, writing a letter about how he's going to kill a boy with a pencil. That he's going to sharpen the pencil and kill him.
What happened, Marcel?
He just walked in and sat down at his desk. I invited him to participate in math. He refused. Put his head down. We took a bathroom break, and that's when things started. He just stood up and started throwing things. A couple things over there, went over to my desk, took everything and threw it on, threw the tea on top of it. Started up here, around, and throwing stuff at me, and so it escalated from there.
When I got there, the room was destroyed and the student was still breaking things in the classroom. I just held him by the hand and I said, walk with me. The minute you let go of him, the first thing he does is go for people, or he punches me, or he goes for the things in the office and throws items. Philosophically, I don't think that you should restrain a child or put your hands on another child that, for one, is not your own. And two, seclusion, I don't know that that's the right answer either. But it's still hard because the minute you let go of him, the first thing he does is go for people, or he punches me, or he goes for the things in the office and throws items. As an administrator, and where I have 400 kids in the building and 50 staff members, my job is to keep everybody safe. And if I have a child that is not being safe towards others or towards adults, the counselor and I were both trained in nonviolent, crisis prevention interventions. There's a part of me that feels uncomfortable when a parent walks in and I'm restraining a child that is not my own. Granted, this parent's very understanding, and she says we have to do the same thing at home, so it's not a problem. But even when I let go of him, when she walked in today, he immediately started punching at me, and so she grabbed him. And so I'm lucky that I have that parent support. My staff will tell you I'm an advocate for kids. I will do whatever it takes for this child, and it kills me that he's not successful. I want him to be able to be in a classroom and enjoy school, and that's not happening right now. This is probably the most severe case that I've seen with a kid. He's seen numerous doctors. He has been hospitalized. He's tried several different medications. We are seeing some progress, but he has, he's got a lot of issues going on, medically and internally that we don't have control of.
Everybody looks at you like you're doing something wrong. Why is her kid doing this? You almost don't want to tell anybody. Or I want to sometimes lie and just say, oh no, he had a good day. Because everybody wants to tell you that, oh, maybe you should try this. Or even take him off the medication and start over. And you feel alone because you don't want anybody to know, because you don't want anybody to keep criticizing.
Good job, Bus 23. You are doing fantastic.
This is my first time getting a Ditmar dog.
All right, good job. Good morning, Jakari.
Dr. Ditmar, she has been really great. She calls me and tells me if he's having a rough day. They call me when he's having a good day. Now they're giving him options. He can go to the office, he can go to the library, he can, read a book. He's getting comfortable. Still having some of the aggressive outbursts where he's ripping things off the walls. He still tries to hit the adults, but I think it's way better.
Play games on the computer.
There are some students who I feel like would need a more restrictive environment. And then I think a lot of times we become what many people expect of us. I just wonder how many of our students are not excelling because for so long they knew they had a diagnosis and they were told they couldn't, their parents were told that they couldn't, and so it became who they were.
You don't want to earn today?
The pediatric neurologist said that he had oppositional defiant disorder, he had conduct disorder in addition to the ADHD. She was telling me with the conduct disorder, he can grow up to be a career criminal. And that freaked me out because Marcel's never met his father, and he is actually a career criminal. I mean, at 24, he was bragging that he had already had 25 arrests, and it freaked me out because you've never met him, and how do you act like him? How are you aggressive like him? Who wants to think that their 8-year-old is going to spend the rest of their life in jail? I want them to be successful. I just want to get them there.
I always say PBIS is not a program. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of being. And that being is that we're not going to give up on any child. And if we're not reaching the child, it's not the child. It's us as the educators that have to continue to tap into whatever resources are out there to never, ever, ever, ever giving up on kids and making sure that we meet the needs of all the kids in our building.